This is Sonia Michael. I'm the director of the Berea Early Childhood Regional Training Center, and I'm here with Misty Head, the behavior coach at the Berea RTC, and we are going to share some information with you about Kentucky's Preschool PBIS. Kentucky is using the teaching pyramid model for preschool PBIS. The pyramid model originated from two federally funded projects, the Center for Social Emotional Foundations for Early Learning and the Technical Assistance Center for Social Emotional Intervention for Young Children. I personally have been familiar with the pyramid model for a lot of years because when I worked in North Carolina, both as a teacher and a preschool administrator, our early childhood center was a model site for the teaching pyramid. We implemented the pyramid model with fidelity, and we served as a site for other programs to come in and see how the model was used. Because of my past experiences with the pyramid model, I've seen how the implementation of the pyramid model practices can positively impact young children's social emotional development and their academic learning. Use of the pyramid model practices also supports partnerships with families and with other partners working with young children to help meet those social, emotional, and behavioral needs. The pyramid model is a framework of evidence-based practices that supports healthy social and emotional development for young children ages birth through 5. It is a tiered framework, and it addresses promotion or universal strategies that support the social emotional development of all children, prevention or targeted supports for children at risk, and intervention for children with the most persistent behavioral challenges. The pyramid model recognizes and supports the specific developmental needs of young children, and it also, as I said before, promotes partnerships with families and other individuals that work with young children to really support that social, emotional, and behavioral need of each individual child. So you might wonder why we should put so much emphasis on social emotional learning when there are so many other things to focus on. But what we know is that social emotional learning really is intertwined with academic learning. You can't have one without the other. And in fact, the latest guidance from the United States Department of Education regarding reopening schools after the pandemic emphasizes the importance of attending to those social emotional needs of all children. So even though we're using the pyramid model as preschool PBIS, there are some important reasons why kindergarten teachers will also benefit from knowing about the pyramid model. First of all, as I mentioned earlier, the pyramid model is designed to support the social, emotional, and behavioral needs of children ages birth through 5, so that reaches that kindergarten age. And also, so many kindergarten age children come to school without having had any formal preschool experience. The pyramid model practices can help kindergarten teachers meet those developmental needs of children by providing the relational environmental supports they need to acclimate to the school setting. And also having an understanding of the practices that are used in preschool will help kindergarten teachers better facilitate children's transition into kindergarten by using those practices, those pyramid practices earlier in the year, and then bridging those practices into the school-wide PBIS system.
Hello, I am Misty Head. I am the regional preschool PBIS coach at the Berea Regional Training Center. And I just want to share with you my story about how PBIS has impacted my classroom when I was in the classroom. As a primary teacher in the classroom and starting my teaching career about 17 years ago, I felt well underprepared for responding to challenging behaviors. There were so many responsibilities of being a classroom teacher that when I walked through the classroom doors, I learned classroom management strategies only from my own experiences, as I'm sure you can relate to. About 2 years into teaching, our district was one of the first districts in the state of Kentucky to receive PBIS training. I remember getting so many classroom management ideas that I came back the next fall to implement them, and I was so overwhelmed with empowerment. I could actually manage behaviors from those challenging students, and I began to feel so empowered. I was empowered because my challenging students actually responded appropriately to me, and I felt empowered because I was building positive relationships with my students. I felt empowered because I was positively leaving an impression on my students that went deeper than what I could see. I no longer left school feeling drained of the evenings. I actually learned strategies that were effective and made me feel successful. I felt confident in managing the challenging behaviors that came my way. And what was even better for me is that I learned how to create systems inside my classroom to prevent behaviors from occurring rather than responding to those behaviors once they did occur. Moving forward, as I switched roles from a primary teacher to a school counselor, and I saw the number of challenging behaviors increasing, I felt the need for our schools to offer school-wide consistency, predictability, and positive supports for all students. And we know that many of the children displaying challenging behaviors need one or all of those positive supports to thrive. PBIS is for all kids. It's for my kids, it's for your kids, for trauma kids, high achieving kids, creative kids, challenging kids, special education kids. It's for all kids, no matter where they fall at in academics or the need for social and emotional supports. And that's where I find PBIS so beneficial to schools. It lays a framework for our schools to ensure academic success, psychological safety, and positive interactions with both peers and all staff. It empowers teachers. It empowers classroom assistants, lunchroom personnel, bus drivers, custodians, and substitute teachers. When students feel psychologically safe and they can predict what will happen within their day, we lay the foundation for academic success. When we put those supports in place to help students with what matters to them, we prevent behaviors from occurring rather than reacting to behaviors once they do occur. And this leads to more time spent in the classroom focusing on academic success. PBIS enter our preschool classrooms. Coaching supports will lead classroom teachers into creating proactive responses to behavior that will follow students to kindergarten and proceeding through the grade levels. Thus, we are creating consistent school-wide frameworks of support for all students at all grade levels within our buildings.
Hello everyone, this is Stephanie Ernst with KDE, one of the state transformation specialists focusing on early childhood education. KDE has a unique opportunity. You've heard a little bit about PBIS and preschool and that important linking piece to kindergarten. We have partnered with HDI, the Human Development Institute at UK, and KBEC, the Kentucky Valley Educational Cooperative, to provide through our State Personnel Development Grant, the SPDIG, an opportunity for teachers that teach preschool and kindergarten across Kentucky to apply for an opportunity to participate in our PBIS Preschool and Kindergarten Training Academy. On the screen, you'll see that we have an application process. If you'll type in your browser, that second link, it'll take you to our online hub where you can apply for this opportunity. Participants will receive a $1,000 stipend at the completion of their cohort once they are placed. What are the benefits of applying to this, you might ask? One of the big pieces are that participants will receive an opportunity to attend weekly facilitated sessions by a national coach with the NCPMI, the National Pyramid Model Consortium, and gain access to those e-modules also within the PBIS curriculum. They will have an opportunity to provide technical assistance and get support from their Kentucky coach located within their cohort. And then again, they'll have access to these e-modules for weeks to come after their learning has completed within their cohort. If you would like more information on this opportunity, please feel free to reach out to any of your RTCs, your regional training centers across Kentucky, or you can email myself, Stephanie Ernst, at stephanie.ernst@education.ky.gov.